Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing good. Hi, Gabriel. You're the first one. You did it. How is everybody? Let me get to the timer. Falling, falling, falling. There we go. Let's get some sounds going for YouTube. Some soothing sounds. I may actually just open up Flocus and have the cafe and like soothing noises going. Like for regular streams too, because I realize like dealing with the silence, the like awkward silence is really awkward over there on the YouTube end, so I might do that. But I'm so glad I'm relatively on time. I did it. Even though the maintenance guy showed up right before stream, I did it. I somehow am on time, so that's pretty fucking sick. Also, I want to do a massive shout out and a huge thank you to let's see, let me make sure I'm pronouncing the press name right, because I like Periapt. That's what I'm looking for. The Periapt press team, particularly Drea, the most amazing author of all time, for hiring me to do some work for her characters. I am so stoked. So thank you so much. That was a massive Ko-fi donation for some artwork, and I really do appreciate it a lot. So now I'm 78% of the way to my goal of being able to pay back my credit card for all the stuff that I spent on business stuff. So that pays for my banner and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it a lot. And I'll be streaming that work live. I'm so stoked. She gave me permission to work on her characters on stream, so I am thrilled. So thrilled. Let me see. I have 4 times 6. This person, I am now booked out until through May now because of Drea. So that's amazing. Let's see. Cool. And actually, I really should adjust this. This is going to be times 4 for now. So that way I can appropriately put down this. But yes, now I'm booked out halfway through. Yeah, all the way through May. Which is amazing. So I need to actually, I'm going to change this to May. Or let's see, hold on. Yeah, I still have some slots in May, but nice. Okay, so somehow, so effective. So yeah, we're almost 80% of the way there. Let me eat some of my bagel. Amazing. So, other good news. Today we're going to be looking at, I'm working on more Witch in the Woods. On the plus side, it did get through the first round of qualifiers. The submission form for Open Develop Contest is now up, but they have not decided the winners for the first round. So for sure, I am a qualifier, which is great, but I don't know if I've won the first round. So we got to get up to 8K. That's going to be our next goal, is to get from 2,300 words to 8,000 words. Let me see when I'm supposed to be doing that. I don't know what's going on. Let me go to Open Novella Contest so that I can remember um, when round 2 is supposed to happen. Round 2 is... They don't tell me. They're not telling me. Let's see. Let's see, around March 1st. Oh my god, why are you taking forever? March 31st. So by the end of this month, I have to have 8K, which is easy, easy peasy. Easy peasy. So, to sum up where we're at right now, let me actually open my outline here. Developers outlines. This is what I want. Effectively, Liz is now in Ukraine. She is going there to try and talk to Zarkashe about forming an alliance with her mom. Zarkashe just told her to go fuck herself. Now she has to try and figure out how to deal with this and what to do. So we're gonna have like a little bit of a break. I spent a little bit of time like explaining some lore, and so now I'm gonna go in, I think, and have Liz take just a little bit of a breather to explore a little bit more of her backstory as well, so people aren't like left in the dark. Na 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 na. Okay, so let's roll some dice. So my goal is just going to be to plow through as much as humanly possible, because I recognize that coming up here soon, next week is going to be all line edits, so you guys get to sit, or not next week. I'll have this week and next week to work on Witch in the Woods, and then effectively, the next stream is going to be line editing. And then the stream after that is going to be proof editing. So I really need to like get through, and we're going to make it happen. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and roll some dice. All right, shaky the clickety clacks. 19. Wow. 19 apparently is our lucky number on stream. This is like the third time that's happened where the last sprint was a 19 and then the next sprint is a 19. That is crazy. So let's go ahead and get started on a 19-minute sprint. I'm going to go ahead and just try and write like a demon, and then I will see you all when we get back. So good luck working. Let me know what you're working on in the chat, and good luck with your productivity. Here we go. was a big old dumb. I was a big old dum-dum. Also, ads start in about 10 seconds, by the way. Also, thank you so much for that lurk, Cal. And thank you for the coffee, Jace. I appreciate you. How you doing, Ava? I'm doing all right. I feel all of a sudden very caught up on work, and I'm feeling very good about my business and where I'm at right now. Actually, I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well. Daylight savings time, I think, is gonna kill me. Oh yeah, almonds are like really high calorie, actually.
No, I meant like weight.
Oh god,
like
they're gonna try and kill you with it. You could use it as a weapon. Oh my god, being Satan to my OCs, are we all? If you're not torturing them, is the story even good? I made the mistake of forgetting. I write in third person so often that I forgot that this story was in first person. So I wrote like 4 paragraphs of that. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of vibe until ads get done then, I guess. I'm trying to... But I'm dying. I'm actually the devil, and I did not watch that train video because when I say that I'm so insanely busy, it's not even a joke. That is a tiny fucking train. I am watching the train right now, and sweet God, I do love it though. Actually. Okay, so it seems like it would be so fun, but also I'd be so fucking scared of being in that little train underneath the, like, I'm sure everything is fine, but, like, having the open glass top on the train is fucking scary, I'm not gonna lie. My favorite train is the one in the Denver International Airport that's like dun, 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 as loud as humanly fucking possible when it's time for you to get off the train.
But then they stopped.
No, they brought it back. Apparently they now added a wide variety of musical tones depending on which train you're on, so that people don't get on the wrong fucking train.
I see.
So as far as I understand, one of the trains still has the like really really loud, but the other one has a much more pleasant, more modern jingle sound, which makes me kind of upset because I don't really think it's the Denver International Airport unless
you're not stressed out about the train.
Yeah,
sound.
the train sound is specifically triggering, like it's not right. But I do like the little mail train. But I am a fan of very weird niche specialty trains. They're fucking bizarre. I do wish that I could go sit in the little mail train. I don't think I'd like it very much, but I am dying. But yeah, otherwise, I'm just trying to get through. Like, I did not write very much here because I recognized I needed to, like, do some research on Gran to try and figure out what Liz's mom's deal is. So I did some brief research, and then I'm trying to figure out how I want to set up Vassal because I think that that's what's going to happen right now. And I think that'll be okay. I have to try and figure out what the fuck I want. Let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna go this way. Yeah, I needed to find reference of this Ukrainian man. I'm gonna try and look up some visuals too, I think, to see if I can... No, Nightshade, get out of here, to see if I can get this... This guy looks like David Tennant. He looks like Ukrainian David Tennant. There's no other words I have to describe that. I'm trying to just, like, get an image. Oh, this man... No, this is not a Ukrainian guy. Oh, maybe he is, actually. This guy looks British as fuck. Oh, nice. Personas are fun. I am going to eventually get into the, like, habit of, working more on furries, but I have, like, so many writing projects I have to, like, suffer through that effectively right now. So that's fun. I'm trying to just find the right vibe for this guy, and to be honest, I don't know what that vibe is. I don't know. We'll find out. But on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and roll some more dice so we can get back into some sweet sprintos. I actually now need to stop researching and actually write. Yeah, this one's a shorter sprint too. These micro sprints are always rough for me because I feel like I'm like really pressured. And especially because this stupid project is so research heavy. It's kind of gross. So, let's work for another 15 minutes. I'm going to just sip on some coffee and have some 4D sensory experience while I write. Because Liz just also ordered a coffee. So now I feel like I'm living in the fourth dimension here. So, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Good luck on the back end. And let me know, keep me updated on the progress of your projects. And I will be back soon. Here we go. Alright. I realized I've been clickety-clacking and typing that entire time without my mic off because I'm a demon, but hopefully y'all enjoyed the ASMR, the clickety-clackety ASMR. Also, Lyra is redeemed to hydrate. Everybody should hydrate. I could have been saying weird shit. I could have been making weird noises, and y'all would have never been able to deal. I could have been like blah, 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 while I was working. Could have been weird. I could have ripped a stinky toot. Nobody would have known. And then everybody would have known, and then it would have been crazy. I'm drinking a rose cardamom latte. And boy, God, it is fucking good. Vassel's cute. Vassel! He's adorable. This is gonna be really fucking sad. But other than that, trying to make sure that this shit is historically accurate, and it is not going. It is, I mean, it is going, but it is not going. I'm now at 3,500 words though, or 3,400. So getting to 8K is not going to be the issue. The issue is going to be in pacing. Yeah, I'm kind of on track, though. I personally have not ever been in a cult, and I think each cult kind of approaches things differently, so, I think that really depends, because there are a bunch of different types of cult tactics. They do tend to use family language, for sure, but I don't think that all cults necessarily are like, we're one big family. I recognize that, like, the most cult-like behavior I have ever experienced was in a neo-evangelical Christian space, and they don't treat you like family. You're all under the branch umbrella of, like, the kingdom of God, you know? And so, like, Jesus loves everyone, you're a part of Jesus's family, etc. But they treat you more like you're a sheep, or like a dog that needs correcting. You know, you're an errant wild animal, and if you don't follow the rules, then they physically harm you, or emotionally, or psychologically harm you. You know, like when I was in that space, there was never any semblance of like, oh, you're a part of the family. It was always you will eventually be judged by God, and you are a parasite. You are a problem. And even if you were following the rules, it was, you are an obedient soldier, not you are family. So I think it really depends on which cult that you're in and, like, what their approach is, because I don't think that there's one necessarily, like, unified answer to that. Oh my god, Aqua, why is your teacher like this? You're like, sorry I'm fast. Like, oh my god. I hope you're doing good, though. Yeah, you're like, sorry I'm, like, legit speedy. Like, what? That's crazy. I used to have people do that to me too. Like, they would get mad at me for being quick. That's why my mom pulled me out of public school, because I got so fucking bored. Yeah, I don't have experience with those types of cults. Like, my best thing is always to just do research. Like, you can like Google cults, like people who escaped cults. Like, I know Lad Bible, like the British like interview media site on YouTube, has loads of videos of people being like, I used to be in a cult and then I escaped stuff, and like their recollections or their recounting of the experience is going to be more authentic. But like, that's the only experience that I've ever had with any like cult like behavior. A lot of the cults based here in the US are fear based cults. They're very violent. It's not very common to have like the We're All Family, like We Happy Few style like cults here in the US. Like, even Scientology is like a fear-based religion. Like, that's their entire premise. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm putting the formula down. Oh my god. Honestly, crazy. It's a mood though. Me in school, I'm feeling the same thing though. I'm so burnt out with these students in class, dude. Like half my students can't read, guys. And I don't know what to do. Like, I can't teach a kid if they can't read. You know, like it's really bad. Also, hi, Carrigs. I hope that you're having a good day. We're just hanging out and doing some writing today. Oh, nice. Oh, snow leopards are so pretty, though. That's so fun. We were literally just talking about fursonas earlier. I think Ava's working on a fursona as well. Oh my god, remember when, or no, I haven't done an event at Mutiny, have I?
You did.
Oh, that's what I thought.
That was the one in the weird basement.
Oh yeah, I loved the basement with the skeleton and the communist flag on the ceiling.
Yeah, it was great.
And then nobody showed up. Yeah, what a time. I think about that a lot, Jace. I like those guys, but yeah, they did not help me advertise my event at fucking all. They were like, good luck, have fun in the basement.
Yeah.
No, like, cause I don't mean that like they aren't reading. I mean that they physically can't read. Like, they look at the assignment directions and do not understand what's being asked of them. You know? So that's what makes this crazy, is it's like, I'm in a Photoshop class, or I teach a Photoshop class, for example, and I had a student in the Photoshop class where in the syllabus it said that the software that you're going to need is Photoshop. On an assignment that was titled Photoshop Skill Test, asked me, do I need to use Photoshop for this assignment? Like, that's how bad it is. Like, it's bad. Oh, I have a very, very long talk with my mom. I do that a lot, too. Most of the time, they're really heavy conversations. Hopefully the conversation didn't go poorly, Carrix. I totally understand how that goes. There's a lot of weird shit going on in the US here, too, and so a lot of times my mom is, like, asking me really hard questions about stuff that's going on. Or about my mental health, and it's, like, it's, really hard. Also, thanks for that streaks, Aqua, that's awesome. Oh my god, no, if it's Aqua, if somebody bribes me with a Jolly Rancher, I am in. Oh my god, I literally had a doctorate student email back when I sent out that, hey, I saw you inquired about massage appointments and we never got you on the schedule, and she was like, what is this about? What? You're like, I said massage, bro! What? What?
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yep.
Oh my
Like,
god.
how are you a doctorate?
Yeah, like,
Level.
what? No, like, legit. I think about how here in the US, I was just reading this article, and this is, like, of course, no way the girl's fault at all, but this girl was just granted a high school diploma. She finished with the 3.87 GPA, which here in the States is considered very high. Like, that's almost a perfect GPA.
Yeah.
And this girl...
That's a mostly A with a couple of B's.
Yeah, that's, like,
Yeah.
pretty damn good GPA, right? So she's very clearly very smart. Except for, the girl has a first grade reading level. And she's in this situation because she has a developmental disability. She's been in special needs classes her entire life. And so she's not upset about, like, the fact that somebody told her, like, hey, you have a first grade reading level. What she's upset about is that the high school gave her a standard regular high school diploma. Instead of, like, here in the U.S., we have effectively, like, special needs or disabilities diplomas that allow students to apply for other stuff in college that can help them later. And so, like, to get into special, like, work preparation classes or life skills classes, normally kids with disabilities get those for free, but because she was given a regular diploma, she had to pay $40,000 for those classes and then had to sue the state because the high school lied and gave her a diploma that she did not qualify for, right? And so she's not upset. She doesn't feel like something is being taken away from her. But at the end of the day, it's like, oh my god, like, you guys totally did this person a huge disservice. And so I think about how many people here in the U.S., like, I was listening to this other guy from Chicago talk about his experience in high school. He made it all the way through fucking college and cannot read. Like, we're not talking, like, has a low reading level. Like, he legitimately cannot read. And because his high school was so big on, like, affirmative action, they just kept giving him A's. And so he thought he was doing really good. You know, he's like a young 14, 15, 16-year-old kid. And as long as he's getting good grades, his parents are happy. So he didn't know that he was doing something wrong. And literally just to continue to get state funding, his high school was like, here's a diploma. And then he got done, and then he couldn't get any jobs because he can't read the job application.
Yeah, I hate the way that we decided to do that No Child Left Behind
Yeah,
program.
dude, no, affirmative
Because,
action literally ruined everything.
You don't want your kids to fucking be left behind,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But the way that they should have done it is that, like, I don't know, fucking actually teach the goddamn kids.
So bad, dude. No, it's so bad. So yeah, that's where all these students I think that I have are at. Where, like, legit they can't read.
Yeah, and, like, the thing that extra, like, makes me the fucking blinking white guy meme with that response from that doctorate lady.
Yeah.
Is just like, I've had so many people who are like, wow, your emails are so easy to understand and read because you're so clear and concise with your writing. So I'm like, I know it's not a me problem.
No, that's definitely not a you issue. No, it's bad. Yeah, the U.S. education system is like 54th in the world. Like, I'm not even joking. I think we might be a little bit higher, but it depends on which state you average.
Yeah, I was going to say it depends on the state, because that's the average across the U.S. It's significantly lower for some states.
Oh, yeah, Louisiana is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Those kids do not learn. We rank 30th in education. Massachusetts, New Jersey, and Connecticut are apparently the best place to go to school, and they are the equivalent of, like, a German or Finnish education. But the lowest performers is, Alabama, Arizona, Louisiana. That is like getting an education in, like, the worst area of Mexico. And not, like, a good area of Mexico. Like, I'm sure Mexico City and, like, Oaxaca, their schools are fine. We're talking, like, worst. Oh my god, we have a 300-point gap between our highest and lowest performers.
Right.
Typically, U.S. students lag behind in math, they perform average in science, and then also lag behind in reading comprehension and English. Yeah.
Yep.
Whee!
So I'm like, where do we excel? Like,
we don't. No, we don't, bro. We
just
don't.
don't.
Oh my god.
Because it'd be one thing if, like, I don't know, our reading comprehension was in the trash, but everyone was really good at math.
Oh my god,
you know?
yeah, no, truly. We are the weakest link. We are the weakest link. I'm not saying. Yeah, legit here in the US, if kids excel, like for me, because I was such a fast learner and was so far ahead of other kids, they literally put me at the back of the class on a computer to play computer games.
I was taken out of the class because I made other kids feel bad about
Oh,
not
that's fun.
understanding.
Yeah, no,
So-
they just did that. Or they sometimes
Well,
they put
because
me out in the hall.
I was put into the gifted and talented program, which meant I got to go to the library like computer lab and just play fucking Where in the World is Carmen San Diego for like 3 hours.
Good God, did
And
you
I
ever
thought
find
I
Carmen
was-
San Diego?
Yeah, all the time. I got really good at geography because of that.
Oh my God.
Or like math blasters or whatever the fuck.
Oh my
So,
God.
like, I like think about that, and at the time, I didn't think that it was a
Right.
problem.
Well, that's
Because
exactly
I'm
what
like,
happened
oh,
to
I
that
get
other
play
guy.
Games. I get to play fucking games because I'm so good at school.
Yeah, legit. That no joke. That's opposite end of the spectrum, but that's what happened to that other guy. All of his teachers just kept giving him good grades, and he didn't fucking know. Like,
Yep.
insane. Okay, I'm gonna roll some dice. I'm fucking
On
A.
that note,
God damn.
and then people wonder why I have like imposter syndrome feelings.
No, for real. Well, like,
Because I'm like, am
messed
I
us up
actually smart
for
or-
life? For life, we are messed up. Messed up for life. Okay, we're back on 19 again. 19, I think, is our stream's lucky number. Just saying.
Sup, I'm Jared. I'm 19 and
And I never fucking learned how to read. God damn it. I love when random people come up to ask me if they can use my phone to text someone. It's like, you're like, no, bro. You're the one who forgot your charger, and yeah, you're gonna steal my phone, you absolute freak of nature. This isn't the 90s, bro. Use a landline. I'm like, go to the school library and get on Facebook Messenger. There's got to be another way.
Yeah. Or like, I don't fucking know. Don't ask to use somebody else's phone. Ask if they have a charger.
Yeah, right. That's
Because
weird.
if your phone is dead, that's like one thing. Or like, if you're like, hey, I need to text my mom because like my phone got ran over by a car or whatever. Like,
I'm like, drugs. Guy wants drugs. That's all right. On that note, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this next stream. We got another 19-minute stream, so let me know what you're working on, and I'm gonna try and keep writing and get past. Hopefully, we can get to like 5,000 words today. We're gonna see how it goes. Here we go. Alrighty. I'm up to 4,200 words, almost 4,300, so I'm making it happen. Also, hi Taz, how you doing? Hi Chips. You sent in your first application. You're gonna do amazing. Woo! I'm so excited for you, Chips. You're gonna do great. Oh my god, I need somebody to slap me with some motivation. Quick. I don't have the motivation fish on me, but if I did, I would slap you with the motivation fish. I imagine it's some kind of carp. I don't know. I believe in you. Also, Cheddar Bay biscuits tests sound like the dream. Cheddar Bay biscuits? That sounds amazing. I need to write around... I need to get to, like, the end of this section here. I finished, like, 2 little sections, but... I need to keep going. I'm almost there, though. It's happening. I have to keep referring back to Brady, too, because I was like, how the fuck did I spell anything? Thankfully, I spelled Vossel right the first time, so... Oh, nice. Cheddar Bay and tea. I love that, though. Yay! Oh my god, the Polish Christmas carp we used to put in a tub for a few days. Yes, that guy. It's that specific carp. We have to summon it. We have to summon the Christmas carp. Where is the Christmas carp when we need it? It does feel like spring today, though. The weather is very, very nice. Are we supposed to, like, get any more weird snow, or is this, like... Is this it? It'd be pretty dope if we didn't have to, like, worry about that. Oh my god, Mr. Bubs, you're so old and you look so sleepy.
So I'm not seeing any snow over the next couple of days, but I do see on Sunday it's supposed to dip in temperature pretty severely, and then nothing.
Why did you do it? Tell me the story of the Christmas carp, Carrix. I need to know. I need to know the secret. I'm so ready. This is going to be a journey. We might get some at the end of the week, but when I check the weather last, it's not going to get that cold. Yeah, and it'll guarantee do that thing where it like will snow for like 5 seconds and then immediately melt. And so like I don't count those. Like unless there's accumulation on the ground, I'm like this is not real snow. Also, I love that Reddit will sometimes randomly suggest to me random Reddit threads. And the Reddit thread that it's trying to suggest to me is this Reddit thread that's titled, What Is It? And it's just people finding random shit in their apartments and then posting, What is it? And this person definitely found a dead mummified frog. Absolutely, is what this is. This person's like, what is this very dead thing I found on my floor? I found it on the ground beside my radiator. It's covered in dust. What the fuck is this? And this person is like, a frog mummy. It's okay. You just need some water. Give him a little drink from the Brita. Like, this is like a 4,000-year-old dead frog. Like, it's just... And I love that this very clearly white man picked it up and he's like, this is going to be my new best friend. And I'm like, why didn't you throw it away?
Yeah, that's nasty.
Like, what are you doing?
Also, regarding the weather, apparently next weekend it's supposed to get to be like 30 Celsius.
Oh my
like
god!
86.
Whoa!
So not this weekend, but next weekend.
Crazy. Yeah, as long as it doesn't mess up airport operations. No, for real. As soon as it starts to dump like that, then all of a sudden everybody's flights get canceled, and then everybody gets really angry. And that's not fun. Honestly, Chips, if it makes you feel any better, I got another job rejection today. They did say that my portfolio was really impressive and that, like, they wanted me to apply again at a later time, which may be an indication that they just don't have any active projects right now, but they didn't want to leave my application open, or they have no need to hire anyone right now.
Right.
So, for these general applications, I may just need to reapply again around, like, June?
Yeah.
and see if they'll take me then. But
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel it. Oh my god, Mr. Bubs, what? I moved my mouse and Tatsu yelled at me. Yeah, it's okay. That's 2 rejections out of 5 applications. But at least they respond. That's literally, like, I don't even care. Like, sure, okay, if I get a rejection, that is kind of a bummer. But, like, legit, American companies will just ghost you. Like, at least I'm getting a response back. And the responses are really nice. Like, the last guy, the guys that sent the email today, they were like, you have a very impressive set of skills and work history. And we really appreciate you thinking of us. We just don't have anything right now. So... feel free to apply again in the future. And it's like, that's literally the nicest rejection email I've ever gotten. Like,
yeah, because then truly all that means at this point is that it's just because they don't have open jobs.
Yeah, legit. So, like,
because
that's a great
would
sign.
Have gotten a job if they had something.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
So I feel way less bad about that versus, like, companies like Riot here will just, or Rockstar will just ghost you. Or not, I guess Rockstar's dead, but, like, yeah, Riot especially, or, like, Bethesda just ghosted me, and I made it through like 2 to 3 rounds of applications over at Bethesda, and they still fucking ghosted me. You know, and it's like,
which
cool.
was, according to my Uncle Joe, very weird and out of practice because normally if they don't give you an immediate rejection, they'll at least interview you. And the fact that you didn't get an interview is very weird.
I blame Microsoft, actually.
Yeah, I think it's because, like, again, my uncle got in there for like 12 years.
Yes.
So, like...
Yeah, I don't blame...
They were like, oh, we need these positions, but actually we're on the back end planning on fucking laying off a bunch of people, so we might as well not hire somebody.
Right, and then big corpos said don't do that.
I think it's probably one of those, like, ghost positions that they had put up. Where it's like, yes, they need the people for the department if they were going to stay open.
Yeah, right. Or maybe in the middle of me getting hired, or like that process, they got the news that, no, you're not allowed. You have to be on a hiring freeze, and we're about to lay off everybody in a fucking couple years once this big project is done.
Yeah. Well, it's wild because the project that my uncle was working on just got scrapped.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that's... Yeah, no, it's wild. The game point is, game industry, wild.
Yep.
Wild. Wild. Wow, dang. That's crazy. This poor lady. This lady, Dionne Warwick. I don't know the artist, but she just sued the artist right enforcement agency because apparently she's saying that they stole all of her royalties and defrauded her for decades. That's crazy. Agents are a scam, dude. Mr. Man, I gave you churu. Jace, do you want to go feed him again a little bit of food so he doesn't continue to punch the shit out of the trash can?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool though. But so you'd get like a carp, big fish tank display in the grocery shop, and it's alive day of, and then on Christmas you kill it and you cook it. Gotcha. Yeah, makes sense to keep it in the bathtub. I believe that. A funny story about how, like, that's pretty common in a lot of, like, Asian households here, too. So, we don't necessarily, like, I wouldn't say, like, keep the fish in the bathtub, but it is very, very common to go and buy as fresh a fish as possible. So a lot of Asian marts will have fish that they kill at the market. So versus like American franchises or grocery store chains like Whole Foods or Kroger or like Aldi or Safeway, they do ship in the fish frozen and fresh, but it's normally the fishermen that kill it on the boat, flash freeze it, and then ship it. Versus at like an Asian supermarket, they will have live fish tanks, and then you can have the fish killed right there, so that way it's as fresh as possible. I personally prefer that. Oh fuck yeah! Yay, Uncle Jo! Okay, but like a 9-month contract is like not necessarily the most stable shit in the whole world, but like
It's something at least.
yeah, well, and hopefully what that'll lead to is a extended stay because they probably just offer the contract first to any new employees, and then if you know are
It's usually in those kinds of industries treated like your probation.
yes, that's what I was gonna say. It's probation until they figure out if they like you and they can work with you or not. Because like for all they know, that he could have been laid off from ZeniMax for a weird fucking reason, and it was never made public. So they have to like double check that you're not like a freak. Yeah, yeah. Well, your Uncle Jo is a treasure, but yeah, 15 and a half years to get laid off by Bethesda is a really shitty thing. That's awful. All right, on that note, let's get back into now that I want to be motivated by the Christmas carp. Actually, I'm going to be thinking about that little guy forever. Carp's delicious though. We don't eat really a lot of like carp here, like, or why should say white Americans don't eat a lot of carp. Other people do though. I feel like our main staple fish is like catfish and cod. And catfish tastes kind of like dirt. I would not recommend it actually. Man, we're doing a bunch of short sprints today. Christmas carp. I don't know if you know about the singing wallfish, Carrix. This is the closest weird shit that Americans have. Is this talking wall Christmas fish. His name is Big Mouth Billy Bass. And he's like a motion activated fish, and they put him in a little Santa hat, and every time you walk by him, he just like screams Christmas music at you, and it's actually really terrifying. It is not good. So when I think about weird Christmas fish here in the US, I think about this son of a bitch in particular. He's so scary. He says, yes, feed me. At least Tatsu's appetite is back. Before he was like having a couple issues, but I think he's doing okay. Cat is fine. We don't know what happened. He was just feeling yucky pucky. But I think he's okay. Alright, well, I'm going to jump back into sprint, and then I will see you all on the other side. Here we go. Hello, hello. How'd you do? I'm over 5K now, 5,100. So I'm doing good. I might actually end up writing this faster than I think. Just because, it's crazy. We're in the middle of ads right now, though, so I'll wait for everybody to come back. But I'm trying to figure out if this transition is too sharp. I'm trying to make sure that I don't leave out too much information. I'll have to like alpha read this to Jace and make sure, because I need this to be readable by somebody who's never read the Brady books and understand what's going on historically without just like completely overloading the story, because otherwise it'll be too much. So that's the question. I'm waiting, Cal. I gotta wait till the ads are over. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta wait for everybody to come back so I can yell at them about hydrating. Okay, now we can yell about hydrating. Cal says hydrate. Now that we're back from the break. Oh, I remember those. My grandma brought back something similar from her visit in America. Oh my god, no, it was a creepy lobster. No, yeah, I don't know what it is with our obsession with weird plastic animals on plaques that make sing-song sounds every time they you move by them. I don't know why we did that. I'm so sorry. We literally cursed the globe. Yeah, you got it, Carrix. Yeah, no pressure environment for sure. Whatever you're doing is enough. Like I always tell people too, like even if you do just a little bit of art or just a little bit of writing, like 150 words or less, or even if you just, you know, eat enough food for that day, or you get out and walk around for a little bit, like anything is enough. Being a human is fucking hard. So I know that there's a lot of like expectations and pressure, and it can be easy to like get overwhelmed. I relate very hard. Also, too, since we got a couple of folks in here, I figure I will make this announcement again. Just as a reminder to everybody, it looks like, I don't know how many people have claimed this. Let me see. 7. So there have been 7 total ARC slots for this book claim. So if you do want this free book, it's still available. The sign-up slots will close at the end of this month on the 31st. So if you do want this book, sign up now. Sign up before it's too late. You can get your free copy. And if you want to read the first book, please let me know, because I can send that to you for free as well. Like if you're worried about reading the sequel without having read the first one. Totally valid. Yes, if you want to read Court of Snakes, Bitter Truth, Honey, Justice before it comes out, I'm trying to get reviews. Like this says review by October 14th, 2025, but I'm trying to get a couple reviews at least before the 30th of May. So yeah, I would love the help. I just dropped the link into the chat if you want to check that out. A couple of people that I definitely don't know signed up for it, so thank you so much to everybody who's been doing that. Also, I have a question about tarot. When you read a card, either for others or yourself, does it have to be a read for today or tomorrow? I'm interested in tarot, and I got kind of curious on that. It really depends on what kind of question the person who is asking about asks. So for example, I do a daily tarot draw for myself every single day that gives me kind of a brief overview of how the day is going to go, and that's 3 cards, and it gives me a good idea of the kinds of challenges I might be facing that day. So for example, let's go see what my tarot was for today. I don't even remember, because most of the time it's pretty obvious, and I'm already dealing with stuff related to that. The 3 cards that I drew today are Judgment, Queen of Cups reversed, and the World. So it might just be like big, actually, most likely big life events, and I may have something weird going on with my mom? Question mark. But it's healthy emotional boundaries, so it's not necessarily like that weird. So those kinds of things, for example, can give me a good understanding of what my day might be like in that way. Yeah, I talk to my mom every day, you know, so I know she's really stressed out right now. But it also could be an indication that she's having a hard time dealing with me moving to Canada. You know what I mean? So I can kind of interpret, or like try and interpret that as best as I can. Most of the time, it's like if I get a lot of like heavy cups cards, I know that it might be an emotional day for me. If I get a pentacles card, it may be a good sign that I might get some money. Or if it's inverted, it might be a bad day to spend money. Those kinds of things. But you can do tarot readings as far out into the future as like as long as you live. You know, like I'll do tarot readings for the year at the end of one year, right before the new year, and then coming into the next year. And so I'll have a tarot reading or a tarot card for each month. You know, so I can kind of predict that. But like you can really like do as many kinds of readings as often as you want. You know, I do find, though, that at least with my cards anyway, I recognize, too, that this is, like, partially a constraint of my own religion, because I recognize I'm a Hellenic polytheist, so I worship the Greek gods, and historically, in context, Apollo was ruler over these oracles specifically, and the most famous oracles were the oracles of Delphi, and their whole job was to have people come to them, and they would read signs from the gods and predict the future. And so these oracles were not really ever giving readings for themselves, only for other people. And so because of that, whenever I try and do tarot readings for myself, the cards are very sassy, and they won't ever give me any direct answers. Like, say I'm having financial trouble, I'll ask a question like, hey, when are my financial situations gonna fucking turn around? And then the cards, no joke, will say something back like, well, why don't you just be patient, you dumb bitch? And I'm like, oh my god, like, why? You know, so it's like, it's not ever really like a very solid answer, versus when I do readings for other people, they tend to be more direct or accurate. And that may just be partially the way that my religious tendencies tend to push those kinds of messages, you know. So I do find, though, that for the most part, tarot for yourself is not nearly as direct as it is for other people, just because it can lead to like also self-fulfilling prophecies, or things where like you're trying to interpret the situation in your own readings, and then that can lead to also confused readings as well, versus if you're reading for somebody else blindly and you don't know the question that's being asked, the readings are typically more accurate. I often get the response of like, wow, this is freakishly accurate, or how do you know my life so well, or I didn't tell you what I was asking about, how did you know that? And it's like, quantum physics? Like, I don't know. You know, I don't have answers for that, but because of that, I think that you can sway your own tarot readings and kind of fuck them up, if that makes sense. So I'm definitely more comfortable reading for other people than I am reading for myself for that reason. But it's all very loosey-goosey. Like, if anybody tells you that there's only one way to read tarot or one way to do any kind of divination, it's like, probably not the case. Speaking of that, we got a 3-card spread. We got a 3-card spread for Callahan. I got you. Oh, that's a good question, Tess. I'm working on the Witch in the Woods novella, so this is like the Liz Von Altis novella that I'm working on for the Wattpad contest. I officially made it through the first round of qualifiers, which is great. So I would say that there's probably about 2,000 people overall competing, which is pretty cool, that qualified for this round. And so I imagine that that will continue to dwindle down as the word counts continue to get more intense. Like, I don't know who will be the final winner at the end of it. The prize is just like an editorial review from one of the reviewers, which is great. So that's fun. But it's a lot of, like, it's about to get real fucking sad. And actually, I should probably do a content warning before I start this next sprint if people are reading what I'm writing on the stream. Because it's about to get really fucking depressing, and unfortunately that's just the way that that goes. Yeah, no, all of this music is, like, Liz and Boris and Rolo's music, so, like, this is definitely like Rolo's, but I got a lot of Fleetwood Mac on there for Liz, and a lot of Marina as well. Let me see, who else do I feel like is very Liz. Within Temptation, Curly, those kinds of things. Sia, those are all very, very her for sure. But let's see what we got for you, Cal. What we got? What we got? Uh-oh. Just kidding. What if I start doing that? I start jump scaring people with tarot readings just by going, oh no! And then it's not really that bad. I'm fine. It looks like things are moving forward for you, though, which is good, actually. The wheel card, the Wands wheel card, is a good card to get, but it also means it's a waiting kind of a card. The first card I drew for you is Six of Swords inverted, so I got a Swords of Pentacles and a Wand, so whatever this is it's an interplay between your own ego, your spiritual goals, and your money, potentially, which is not necessarily a great mix. You might feel like you're facing a lot of opposition, and or also alternatively that you've been really stuck in like day-to-day routines, and that's been really bogging you down and slowing you down, so you feel like you want to do a bunch of stuff, but you're physically being prevented from doing so for whatever reason, which can get really, really, really annoying. And the current card here is Knight of Pentacles reversed as well, and you've been overspending a lot, so potentially this ego opposition has been because of not necessarily reckless spending, but you may have been put into a situation where you had to dump a bunch of money on stuff, and that's made things really, really difficult. So as of right now, in order to get a handle on the situation, it's advised to just kind of like slow your roll a little bit and really, really, really budget down, so that way you can at least stabilize a little bit, and if you do that, all your plans will have like a green light. You'll be able to move ahead. It might take a couple of months to like stabilize, max, like a couple months max, but we all are also in Mercury retrograde right now, so that could be, again, another major reason for that. So hang out with your friends, take a break, try and do things that are like not very expensive to do, and just save your money for a little while, so that way if you do hit a speed bump, it won't like totally derail you, but otherwise it looks like things will stabilize soon. It'll just take a little while. Yeah, Within Temptation is amazing. I love them. I like the new Within Temptation singer, not the old Within Temptation. Or I guess the lead singer of Within Temptation was with a different band before, and I don't remember which band. No, Nightwish. Yeah, I like her. I like her as the new Nightwish singer more than the OG Nightwish singer. So Within Temptation rocks. She's great. I'm doing formatting edits on Spider Island. I'm surprised that you're finding typos, and probably my eyes are just glazing over them, to be honest, Tess. Because legit, I have not found a single one. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just blipping over them, but I'm about 66% of the way through, I think. And boy, fucking howdy, I'm having a blast. It's so fun. Everybody, when Spider Island comes out onto backer kit, my book Duology Court of Snakes, the Omnibus, and Tessa's book Spider Island are going to be a part of the same backer kit event. Everybody should go back us both, because I'm telling you, Spider Island fucking rocks. So good. If you like Total Drama Island and Rin Chipeko's The Sacrifice, The Last of Us, and trying to think of like another and Stranger Things. If you like all four of those things, you will love Spider Island. Oh god, I just made it past that. Rip. Speaking of Total Drama Island, yeah, do it. Yeah, you have just a very, like, what I think I like the most about this book is that there's a lot of chapters, but they're very short, and the pacing is just excellent. Like, it is so easy to just, like, sit down and just go, and just slurp the story up. You know, there's not really, I have not yet found a moment where I was like, wow, this is, like, really fucking slow, or anything like that. Like, I haven't really run into a spot where I'm like, now I'm kind of, like, forcing myself to read. You know, it's like, it's all very well paced and super enjoyable. Oh no, you got to buy a drain snake because the tub was blocked up. Oh my god, did I ever tell you, Cal, about that time that the tub was draining super slow and I had to be a handyman because I didn't want to call the fucking call the maintenance people, so I was like, I'm just gonna fix it myself. And so I pulled the drain cork out, and I had to like reach in there with a stick, and like, because I didn't have a drain snake, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just go in there myself. And when I say that I pulled out literally like a small rat size of some, like, whichever lady had lived here before us out of the drain, it was like a small animal. And then because of all the soap scum and stuff, it smelled like an old foot and eggs, and it was just like, it was so bad. But long story short, our tub works now. Also, everybody stretch. I was shrimping a little bit. That's probably a good sign. So yeah, it'll all work out, but try and find a cheap drain snake if you can. Or if you can take it out, maybe the lesson there is if you can take it out by hand and try and like get like a coat hanger or something and shove it down there, that might be a money-saving way to like fix that. All right, we've been talking and chatting for a little bit, so let me roll another sprinto so that way we can keep the momentum. I think this will be my last sprint for the day. I made some pretty good progress, so I'm hoping that next week, it'll just be free writing, and then I can upload however much I have to Wattpad and not really worry about meeting the deadline too hard. So, oh my god, this is the world's shortest sprint. Okay, well, I guess we're doing that. Truly the shortest sprint of all time. We're only going for 8 minutes. So actually, I'll probably have 2 more sprints. So we'll go with this one for now, and then pop back in after 8 minutes. This will be truly 8 minutes of madness. And then we'll come back. So good luck working for 8 minutes, and I will see you in just a hot second. Here we go. Alright, truly the shortest sprint of all time. I'm now at 5,300 words, so hooray. How did everybody do? It's truly the shortest sprint ever. I'm trying to, I think I'm going to try and sprint for this next time. Well, I don't know, actually. It may, be a better idea if I, just finish up this section. This one point. Oh my god. We're too fast. 8 minutes is really short. That was like one of the shortest dice rolls I think I've rolled in a while. Not the worst. But dang, that was zippy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, your Total Spider Island art test is fucking hilarious. It's so good. I do love it. It's so funny. Oh yeah, you did fantastic. It's so recognizable. Love it. Oh, I got a donut. That sounds fun though. I just checked off some driving school stuff. Good job, good job. God, everybody's being so productive. Crazy. For everybody who wants to enjoy this Total Spider Island art, this is art tested for the upcoming book Spider Island that's going to be on Backer Kit in the style of Total Drama Island. It's fucking brilliant. This is so funny. I like how everybody's like kind of divided in like alliance sort of as well too. Like they're all seated with like other people that they ally with, like for the most part anyway. Rip Rain. That's all, that's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I think that this looks great. So good. Yeah, everybody should read this book when it comes out. It's fucking fantastic. So good. Yep, so we all gotta, that's what it means. We all gotta back the backer kit so that way we can get the damn Total Drama Island art. Clearly. Obvi. I don't know, I'm feeling a lot more confident about how many, like, followers we have on our projects, because, like, you and I are pretty close, and then, like, that one anthology has, like, 86 followers on it, so I'm really hoping that, we can just, like, pull through that way, you know? Let that anthology backpack all of us. I'm sure, though, it's easier for anthologies because each of their authors, I'm sure they were told, like, hey, you need to get as many people to follow this backer kit campaign as much as possible. So I don't know how many people are in the anthology, but they have, like, more, like, power behind that, which is really, really cool. So hopefully that'll help. Alright, I gotta go quickly before an ad starts. Oh god. Oh god, the pressure's on. I'm actually gonna just snooze the ad so that way I can do this reading for Chips. Oh, King of Wands, look at that. Whoa, Significator cards out the booty hole. Crazy. Okay, so that's interesting. So this might be like a really interpersonal issue for you, Chips. Because I got a bunch of Significator cards. Yeah, interesting. So, for the past card, I got Knight of Wands reversed. So that means that there's somebody who is, like... There may be someone, or has been someone in the past, who has, like, mask or, like, just masculine energy in general. A mask-presenting person in your life who was really impatient or potentially was just, like, feeding you white lies. Maybe pleasantries. And they were really difficult to deal with, and you had to do a lot of, like, pride swallowing to deal with that person, and it was just, like, not very fun. And so now, unfortunately, that may have impacted your self-esteem pretty heavily. The current card that I have is Page of Cups reversed. And it might mean that you are just like feeling, if this is you, if the page is you, it can be like either a masculine or feminine presenting person, not necessarily very gendered here. You've come into this period of independence and gotten away from that person, but you still feel like you're not really feeling like you're being understood at all. And you might be feeling like your emotions are overwhelming and overpowering your ability to think logically, which is really hard, and it's very difficult to be patient. But the best thing that you can do is be patient, as gross as that is. The final card that I drew as a significator is King of Wands upright. And it is a good sign. You're about to be surprisingly successful in navigating extremely complex situations as you strive toward meeting some of your long-range goals. So don't let that self-esteem hit you too bad. Especially if you need help cooperating with other people, particularly people who are authorities in their field, particularly when it comes to potentially career or other strategic stuff, find somebody who can help you lead the charge so that you don't have to lead it yourself. And don't be afraid to ask for help, because sometimes help can be given freely, So reach out if you need it. But otherwise, it looks like things are going to settle. As gross as they were for 5 seconds, it looks like it's going to, at least, and maybe in a couple months, it might take a little bit of time, but things will eventually settle down. All right, let's do this last sprint. Hopefully it won't give us like a 2-minute sprint. The lowest we can go is a 3-minute sprint. We got 13. So not the best, not the worst. So let me just go and pop up this sprint really quick. Let's just finish strong. Finish strong. We got it. Finish in the last 13 minutes, and then I'm going to try and get through this particular section. I will say, as a content warning for people, I'm going to be coming up onto a section of this novella that has to do with postpartum depression and infant death. It's not going to ever be described on paper because I don't really feel like traumatizing anybody, but those themes are going to be discussed. So if I do get to that point in the manuscript, keep your eye out for it. And you definitely don't have to look at it if you don't want to. I recognize it's a very hard topic. So, I believe in us. We got it. Yes, I hope that you can get through a chapter. Tess, I believe in you. And then good luck on these sprints. Here we go. right. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop this. I think we're here. This is gonna be probably one of the hardest fucking things I've ever had to write. I am not emotionally prepared. Next week is gonna really suck. But we're almost through part 1 of this story, and then we're gonna, like, shit is really gonna hit the fan. There's gonna be a brief moment of fucking hope, and then, holy god, it's gonna be bad. If y'all haven't read my Brady series, Gran is evil. That's all I have to fucking say. She's fucking evil. And I have to try and figure out what the message of all of this is, because I don't want to leave Liz, like, I don't know if these are just going to end in bad endings, you know? Like, I have to try and find a way to, like, leave these kids with some kind of sense of empowerment at the end of this, because ultimately, at the end of the day, they do end up rebelling against their own toxic-ass mom. It just takes a couple decades for them to get there, you know? And I might have her reach out to Baris, actually, because that would be the easiest way to tie in the rest of the family without stalling too bad. Yeah, interesting. I'll think about it. I'm gonna put a note for myself here, and maybe that's gonna be the way that this goes. Writing these novellas is wild because there's no, like, there are no chapters, so I'm just, like, I'm just going for it. There's parts, but no chapters. It's like, welcome to hell. It's just never ending. But that being said, I'm going to go ahead and dip out of here. I got to go do some line editing on a really cute Pride book about cats. And that will be the best palate cleanser of all time for this. So I'm going to go do that. And I also have to read my first manuscript submission for Liminal House Press. So wish me luck on that. I might be reaching out to some of you for, like, feedback on stuff to see. Or I'm going to have to create a pretty, like, I don't know, like a scoring rubric or something, I think, for it. So that way I'm unbiased. But yes, thank you everybody for coming. Thanks again to Periapt Press for trusting me with a bunch of character art and rocketing us to 80% of our Ko-fi goal, which was crazy. So I really appreciate that a lot. And I hope that everybody has a good rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow to work on comics, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.